Hey YouTube fans, Richard Rost here. Just wanted to drop a quick note and let you know that I just released Access Developer 25. In this class, I cover the ByRef and ByVal keywords for passing values to subs and functions differently. I'll teach you how you can use ByRef to have a function return multiple values, so you can get more than just one value from a function. We'll learn about ActiveForm and ActiveControl so that you can see which form and which field on that form are currently active, so you can change its value if you want to. Then we'll add product groups to our invoicing system. If you've been following my tech help videos, we built an invoicing system, and I actually did part of it back in Developer 23. In this level, we're going to add product groups so you can group stuff together in packages. So instead of adding 10 line items every time someone wants to buy one of your bundles, you just pick it once and then boom, all of it goes right up into the invoice. That's all in Developer 25. Let's take a quick look at what's covered in each lesson. In Lesson 1, we're going to learn the difference between passing values by ref or by val to your subs and functions. We're going to build an increment subroutine where we send it a variable x and have it increment by 1, and we'll see how ByRef works. In Lesson 2, we are continuing with ByRef and ByVal. We're going to send some optional parameters to it. So you can say, I want to increment by 7 or 10 instead of just 1. I'll show you how to use it with form controls, so you can put a field on a form and use your subroutine with that. Then we'll determine if it's a field or a number that we're working with. And then, of course, we'll talk about public subroutines and functions, which we have covered in previous classes, so this will be a good review. In Lesson 3, we're continuing with ByRef and ByVal. We're going to learn how to use ByRef to have a function return multiple values. Up until now, functions have always returned one value, a boolean, a string, whatever. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to have a function return multiple values. We're going to return a status code. We're going to return whether or not a ticket is valid. That's the true false. Then we'll return a status code, okay, like the first character is not a T, or whatever our validation rule happens to be. Okay. Then we'll also return a third value. We'll look up the customer's name and return that too. So this is really cool stuff. In Lesson 4, we're going to learn about the ActiveForm and the ActiveControl. We're going to learn how to determine what form and what control the user is currently on, so we don't have to send it as a parameter to a function. Then we'll learn how to access the previous control. So if you want to use a button, say you want to click on a field and then hit multiply by 10, the button can then figure out where the user came from, what was the previous control you were on. Then instead of sending the name of the control, we're going to actually dim a control itself as an object variable and learn how to work with different control types. Lots of cool stuff in Lesson 4. In Lesson 5, we're going to build product groups. What's a product group? Well, if you sell products that you want to bundle together and put like a package together, then you can create a product group. Then, when you go to put an order in, instead of having to say, okay, I want this part, this part, this part, this part, and manually pick them all, you just pick the product group. Then, in the next lesson, Lesson 6, we'll click one button, and it will automatically add the group and put all the line items in for you automatically. So in this lesson, we're going to set up the product groups. In Lesson 6, we're going to take the product groups that we built in Lesson 5. We're going to add a combo box onto our order form so you can pick a product group. It will add the product group up top into the order using a record set loop, of course. We're going to then go to the invoice. We're going to hide all the zeros because you don't want to show zeros for all the items that are in the group. You just want to show the package price. We'll indent those products that are zeros in the package. We'll bold the package name. And then, and you don't see it in the screenshot, but I also add some conditional formatting so those packages will show up in orange. Okay, so this is a cool lesson. So that's what's covered in Access Developer 25. You can find out more information on my website, accesslearningzone.com. I will put a link in the description down below the video. Thanks for watching.